The State of Crypto is presented by Tron, connecting the world to the power of cryptocurrency.
All right, let's check in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who is also the editor of CoinDesk's The State of Crypto newsletter. Happy Monday, Nick. So you wrote an article for us on California had a bit license bill that was vetoed by Governor Gavin Newsom. What's going on?
Good morning. Yeah. So over the weekend, late Friday, not even late Friday, I guess, late Friday, California time, Governor Gavin Newsom vetoed a assembly bill that would basically have created a crypto licensing and regulatory regime, would have, covered things from stablecoins and stablecoin issuance to require crypto companies operating in the state to either secure a, license or work, through very specific regulations. The bill's supporters say that, crypto is largely unregulated and needs more guardrails to protect consumers. But in his veto, Governor Newsom said that it's premature to create a licensing regime without first getting feedback. He pointed to a executive order that he actually signed earlier this year, which asked a number of questions to the public, sought public feedback on crypto and various issues within it, and said he would like to incorporate stakeholder feedback from that, as well as get a better sense of just what this would cost, right? Because apparently the budget or the annual budget did not account for this kind of licensing regime.
So is it just a sense of he just wants more feedback into the bill before he could potentially agree to sign it into have an approval over it, or what's your sense?
Well, it sounded like he wants more input on crypto in general and crypto in the state of California specifically. So he didn't really address the actual bill too in depth, except to say, again, that it would be too early, too premature to, create a licensing regime from the ground up without getting that input. And, obviously there's a number of crypto companies that are active in California. Before 2020, at least, it was the headquarters to a number of major companies, and still is to companies like Ripple and Coinbase. So presumably he's also aware that there is a strong crypto contingent out there.
It's interesting because isn't the point of legislation like this to bring more clarity to the rules and regulations of each state? And so would this have done that? And does this again put more gray area in what you can and cannot do in crypto?
My read of it didn't suggest that. So, a lot of times when we're talking about this gray area, what really we're talking about is the issue at the federal level, right? Where, companies are looking for more clarity in terms of national legislation. They want to know whether or not, if they're based in one state, let's say California, what do they have to do to operate in New Jersey? What do they have to do to operate in New York? And so, this bill wouldn't really have addressed that. It's more of a consumer protection focused bill. It would have, limited stablecoin issuers from issuing stablecoins unless they, met certain requirements. For example, they had to have been a bank in California, or they had to have been licensed through California's financial regulator. And, these are things that, again, I wouldn't say it's necessarily leading to a gray area. It's just kind of right now there is no regulation around it. Stablecoin issuers issue, all willy-nilly, and sometimes that works out and sometimes it doesn't. But the bill that we're talking about is it would have been focused more on just creating kind of these rules for very local companies.